Hey guys, it's Kay. Welcome back to my channel, Hub Meet Home, and today is finally time for the Q&A. I'm going to officially do it now. I have a unexpected day off, so this is the perfect time for me to sit down and just chat with you guys and answer a few questions. Just to let you know, we do have the bean sleeping in the background here. It's totally raining out today. It's like thunderstorming all day, but he's been in the hallway playing ball and he's exhausted. I feel like I really need to fix the white balance, like extreme. Okay, is this a better color? I feel like it's more realistic color. Got my like maroon. You know what? You guys don't need to know behind the scenes camera struggles. You just don't. Anyway, let's start this Q&A. I lit a candle. I made some tea, so I am ready to chat with you guys. First question, is it okay to clean your host's, usually a relative, house while visiting for the holidays? How do you let them know their pet left a pile or puddle, or that their kid played with your toiletries? Ooh. I think this is more of an etiquette question, and I personally, if it were me, I do think it's okay to call to someone's attention for sure if their pet left a present in your room or something like that. Not in a mean way, just, you know, just in a very like casual, nonchalant way, like, hey, you know, just want to let you know that Rover, you know, left me a little present on the rug. I cleaned it up, but, you know, just to let you know. And I probably would say something, especially if the kid played with your toiletries and like left a mess. I might also mention it to the parent, and you know, and they can do whatever they want. But I do think it's okay to clean up after that stuff, especially if you're staying there. You deserve to have a space that's nice and neat. Just don't go on a cleaning frenzy and clean everywhere. I think that just be respectful and maybe just take care of the space you're staying at. Just my opinion. Cat's Heart 2002 says, hi, I love you so much. I love you too. Thank you very much. How do you stay motivated and organized? Do you use a planner? I love your dog and big hugs to you. Big hugs to you too, and Clover loves you too. How do I stay organized and motivated? I think I've discussed this with a bunch of people as how I stay organized is I'm ultimately organized out of laziness because I don't want to do, I really don't want to do chores, so I just do them now so I don't have to do them later. I don't know if that makes sense, and I also don't want to spend time looking for stuff. So if I concoct a plan to where I know where the stuff is and I need to grab it, I can just grab it and not have to spend time and energy looking for things. That's my main motivation. And I don't know if that's sort of understandable by most people, but I just am ultimately organized and motivated out of laziness. I don't want to do it later, and I don't want to create a pile of things for me to do later because I like to lay around and relax. And that's it. I guess maybe I'd rather do a bunch of little things rather than like let that stuff pile up and do like one big giant thing that takes all day. That seems really overwhelming to me, and maybe that's the mindset that like keeps me motivated. Do I use a planner? I don't use a physical planner. I have been using a digital calendar for about 5 years now, and I haven't been able to go back to a physical planner. I've tried, they're very sexy. There's like whole channels dedicated to planning with all of the stickers and the markers and it seems really sexy to me, but I just don't have the energy to spend getting that ready. I think that's really cool if you do, but I've been using a digital planner because I use Apple products. I use like iPad, iPhone, and MacBook, so those sort of talk nicely to each other. Like the Apple ecosystem is really good, so whenever I put something in my calendar on my iPhone, it pops onto my MacBook and my iPad, so I can easily keep in sync, and my husband can also see where I am if he's like wondering what I'm doing. So that's just what I've been doing for the last 5 years, and it's been working really well for me. Sabrina Widlow says, I would love to know how you and your husband divide the chores. Do you have any budgeting, organizing your finances tips? Do you use a planner? Do you use a planner? Again, I just already answered that question, so I won't answer it again. Divide the chores. Well, how do we divide the chores? I think we have a mutual understanding that I do the majority of the housework, partly because I'm here more and partly because I'm a little bit of a control freak. Shocker. And but there are still certain things that we have sort of designated like my job and his job. So he is responsible for taking out the trash, although if the trash is full and if it's bothering me, I have no problem taking out the trash and the recycling. Often I do if it bothers me. But we do take turns, taking care of the dog at night and in the morning, and cleaning up the kitchen after meals. We kind of, I think we make the decision about like who's more tired and like who did the most work that day is whoever gives the other person a break. I don't mind cleaning the bathroom. I don't mind doing the laundry. I don't mind actually cleaning the house because, shocker, I like cleaning, so I don't really care. But when I am like really busy or not feeling well, he will give me a hand, and he knows that I am a control freak about the house and to leave certain things to me and help out in other areas. And as far as budgeting tips, the only real tip I can give you that's really worked for me is to take advantage of online banking services. If your bank has a banking app, or there's a couple of other banking apps you can download, you can connect it to your bank and see how much you're spending. I don't actually spend that much cash. Every now and again I take out cash. Cash is good for when you're going to restaurants, I find, because I really don't want to like play the whole like credit card game with the waiter. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but like spending using mostly my debit card and credit card leaves a digital trail and gives me an idea of how much I'm spending where, and it can give you sort of a realistic like view of like how much you're spending on groceries and how much you're spending on pet care and how much you're spending on like entertainment and stuff. So that is the real tip that I can give you for that's worked for me. But I'm a primarily very digitally accepting person. I've always been really accepting of technology and having technology help you than being nervous about it. So digital banking apps, and there's a couple of really cool apps that I've used before that have worked for me. I will link them down below if I can remember what they are, and hopefully that'll help you out. Susan Ava says, what are the best organizers from the Container Store? Okay, so I was a former Container Store employee. I worked there for 7 years and I love that place. My house is filled with Container Store products because you get a great discount when you work there. You get 40% off, which is amazing. And you get 50% off Alpha, which is amazing. So there are like over 10,000 products at Container Store. But I guess my favorite things, if I were to guess what my favorite things were, is the clear storage boxes are one of my favorite things. You can use them for anything. There's like the shoe boxes that I've used for like way more than shoes, the little accessory boxes that are great. Those are just awesome. They are like a patented design that is not, they're made by Iris, but they're only sold at the Container Store. They have like they own the patent on the mold or something like that. And then dude, I love Alpha. Alpha is like one of my favorite things ever. So I know Alpha is kind of expensive, or can be. It does go on sale twice a year for like 30% off and 25% off during the shelving sale. It's amazing. It's like Lego for adults. That's what I keep saying Alpha is. It's a great shelving system. It lasts forever. You never have to replace parts, and if somehow you do get a defective part, just take it back to the store and they will replace it for you. They're really awesome. Alpha and shoe boxes and boxes. You need a box, you know where to go. Moggy Hennessy says, would you consider doing a video of your organizer's toolkit that you take on site as well as a car organization video? I would, if that's something you'd be interested in. My kit is kind of funny. It's actually in like a little plastic like carry tote container. It looks a little raggedy at this point. I need to get something a little stronger, but it works for now. And if you want to see it, I can show it to you and show you my car. My car is actually a little crazy in the back because along with my kit, I actually have reusable shopping bags. I have collapsible bins for organizing things, and also like a couple other things that make the back look a little messy. But I will make a video and show it to you anyway if that is what you'd like. And she also asks, how do you market organizing services besides YouTube? Did you take a course / workshop on running a business entrepreneurship? I did not, and I never considered that I would be doing anything in an entrepreneurial manner. Like when I was growing up, I never thought that that was like a thing that I could do because I was pretty shy, and I was very independent, but I wasn't particularly like a strong personality. But as I got older, I figured out that working and being someone's employee just wasn't really going to be a good fit for my personality. And so I sort of matched my personality to be more entrepreneurial. And in terms of marketing, it's challenging. I've put signs up. I've done a whole like online thing. I did like Groupon for a while, and for a while my business was associated with Container Store, so that got me a lot of leads as well. I no longer do as much marketing anymore because a lot of my business comes from referrals, which I'm really, really grateful for. And I think that when you talk to a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of their business comes from referrals and former clients and present clients. So that's been something that's been working for the past year. I need to get out there and get brand news. But for now, it's good for now. Patricia Wolf asks, and by the way, Patricia, I love you. She asks, how, what, and when do you prep veggies, herbs, or fridge, or where to keep? Okay, so in terms of prepping food for meals, I actually don't do it. I don't do it. I aspire to do it, but I just don't do it. I grab the stuff from like the farmer's market and I like shove it in the fridge and forget about it until it's time to cook it. And then I do like the prep, or as we like to call it around the house, our mise en place. And we hate it. We hate chopping and prepping vegetables, but we do it anyway. The herbs I actually do keep in like a little herb keeper. I do like do a little stuff with that, but that's about it. I'm lazy about it. You Ain't Never Lied, I love that username, says, how can I safely get rid of an entire file cabinet of old papers without using a home shredder? You should take it to a facility that will shred it for you and give them money. There are facilities that shred paper, and like I think Staples does it, but I think that they don't give you a certificate of destruction, which means that it's definitely destroyed and no one's going to go through and like look at and get your private information. Just Google around your area to see who's going to give you that if you're really concerned about the safety, but I would do that first. It's overwhelming to think about that I can never get started doing something about it. Same with old computer. Please help. Yeah, the old computer is tough too. And getting started is tough with a lot of papers. If it's a lot of papers and you haven't gone through them for years, if you're 100% sure there's not anything really essential in there that you can't replace, like say like a social security card, well, you can replace that, but it's a pain in the butt. I would just go for it and just call it done, because it's a lot to go through a huge filing cabinet. Other than that, I would actually like recruit someone to actually give you a hand. It doesn't have to be one of me. It can be like a friend. It can be a relative. You guys can go through like a stack and have some wine and do that at the same time. And set a time limit for yourself, because going through paper I find to be the most mentally exhausting organizing activity, which is why I hate paper, is because I just think that it's so exhausting, because there's information on the paper you have to like, process. Do I need this? It's a whole thing. So make a time, sit there and just do like 20 minutes, and then you'll feel like you got something accomplished. Don't do it again until tomorrow. Do it another 20 minutes. Even if you like leave it for like a week, at least you did something. I'd say like just go for it in chunks. And with a computer, I I would call someone like Geek Squad to extract some of the information for you if you need any information, and you can, I think they can actually recycle the computer for you, because it's dangerous. You can't just leave it out and on the street for the trash man. It's a hazardous waste. So I would take it to facilities and grab that information, and then they can destroy the hard drive safely, and then maybe they can recycle the computer. CAS Nun asks, will you sing for us? Probably not. I think there are 2 sound samples on the Hubby Organizing website if you're very curious, but probably not. I do have like a concert coming up that I am hosting, so it's in January. If you guys want a live stream of that concert, I may find a way to do that so that it's private, so that just you guys can enjoy the live stream and not like random strangers. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. I don't know. Amy Roller asks, my question, what to do with papers kids bring home, schoolwork, artwork, random color sheets, etc. Okay, this is the system that works with a lot of parents that I work with, is a lot of them want to keep that stuff. If you want to keep it around, that's totally fine. Keep a file, go through it at the end of the year. If there's a couple of like projects or pieces of art that your kid really likes and really wants to hold on to, you can put it on display for a while. You can create like an exhibit area for like, you know, kids' art. And the way that exhibits work in museums is the same way the exhibit can work in your home. You're like, well, you know, this month we're putting on like Kaylee's dinosaur drawing exhibit, and you know, I put her favorite like drawings of dinosaurs that, and every now and again you switched up, you have something else. You were like, well, this month she really wanted to draw kittens, so put all of the kitten drawings up there. But you do periodically have to go through those papers and decide whether or not you want to hold on to them, because when she or he is like 20, I'm gonna guarantee you they're not going to want them. You might want to look at them, but they're not going to want them. So just decide now if like 15 years from now you want to be dealing with all that paper. And if you don't, get rid of more now at the end of the year. And if you do, keep it all. Mary F asks, what are your favorite organizing projects and least favorite? I think I've said in like 4 videos, the least favorite is going through papers. I hate it so much. It's like one of my least favorite things to do, even in my own house. I can't stand it because I hate paper. But my favorite are probably kitchens and closets. I love, something about the kitchen is so much, because I think partly because I love to cook and I love to see what other people have in their kitchen. And it's a really good like little jigsaw puzzle, and closets are just fun because clothes. All right, we need a tea break. J-Cell Mo, I hope I said that right. Mo? J-Cell Mo? Not sure. Hi, I love your videos. What your story as far as organizing? Did you like it when you were a kid? What was your major in college? If you were to go to college again, what would be your major? Thanks in advance. You're welcome in advance. What a fun group of questions. My story as far as organizing is that I was a messy child, a messy teenager, and a messy young lady in my early 20s. I always had tendencies to want to get organized. In my first like real apartment in the city here, that I had for myself, and it was like 1-bedroom apartment. It was really nice. I really tried to be organized. I would spend like a Saturday when I wasn't in school just like cleaning up and trying to decorate and, you know, trying to make it look really good. It just got really dark outside. And I could never keep it that way. I could never like maintain the systems I set up for myself. And somewhere in my 30s, I just sort of snapped and said, I can't deal with my life anymore, and it's gonna be organized. And I just turned it around from there. So if you're a messy person, if you have a messy child, or if you're like a messy young person, or even a messy adult, it's proof that you can actually like turn it around. Because I was lazy. I didn't want to do anything anymore. I think the older I got, the more tired I got. And I was like, I don't want to clean later. I'm just gonna do it now. I don't know. My major in college was classical vocal performance. If I were to go to college again, what would be your major? Well, Funny fact is I did go back to college. I went to a post-baccalaureate program at Harvard Extension, which I was like, ooh, Harvard at night. It's not gonna be as like challenging. I was totally wrong. It was like really intense. I went in the medical careers program, which was like a pre-med program. I did the program for 2 years thinking I was gonna go to veterinary school, but I got injured, I fell off my horse, and I was working at Animal Hospital, and when I was doing that, I just discovered that I didn't think that I was with my people, you know what I mean? So I just was like, oh, I'm gonna give music a chance, and that's what I did. So I did go back to college for, I guess, being a vet. I guess if I were to do it all over again for my like undergrad, I probably would do the same thing. I would do music again. Little Miss Bookworm 30 asks, I don't have an organization question, but I do wonder about the products you use for your hair. It's always so springy and frizz-free. Being a curly girl myself, I'm just curious about your routine. Thanks. Well, thank you, Little Miss Bookworm 30. Thank you for saying my hair looks nice. I only film it when it looks no, that's not true. I have filmed on days when my hair looks really jacked up. But yes, having curly hair is very challenging, I've learned. I have recently, I guess, as recent as like 1.5 years ago, stopped putting relaxer in it, so it's growing out, but it's getting shorter because it's shrinking more. So I will tell you the products I use. Hold on. All right, wash day routine looks like this. Boom. Kinky Curly shampoo. It's almost gone. Look, I hardly ever buy this. Second, Kinky Curly Not Today conditioner. You can get this at Target, and I hate that this stuff is so expensive, but it's like the only thing that works for me. Next, Alma and Olive Heavy Cream with castor oil and stuff. You can only get this at Sephora for some reason. I think you can order off the website, but I had to get it from Sephora. I also hate that this is so expensive. I think it's like 20 bucks, but this jar lasts for a really long time. Boom. Kinky Curling Custard. You have no idea. This is also at Target, but it's expensive. It's like, I think this little jar is like $16.99. I cannot tell you how many times I've tried to replace this with something else, but nothing is as good as this. It does make your hair a little bit crunchy, but then you just like squish out the curls with some coconut oil and you're good to go. So that's it. Rainer Bowser Beat asks, there are 3 questions here. How do you select storage containers? Like, how do you know it will work in the space that you're organizing? How do I select them? I select them based on a few different factors, aesthetic, budget, and material. So if it's in a kitchen or if it's in a bathroom, I tend to stick to either like metal, well, not metal always, but like plastics. Things are not gonna rust. I need metals with epoxy on them. And if it's like a living room, nice living room, I like to go with something that looks really nice. And before I select the containers for the project, I always organize the space first. That is the correct order. If you just go to the container store or like go to like Target and go crazy and just buy bins and don't declutter and don't organize the space first, you're gonna end up like with all kinds of stuff you didn't realize you needed to actually get rid of. You're just gonna stuff it in a bin and it's gonna be really frustrating for you. Number 2, do you have any DIY things? DIY things, not as much as I used to. I think that I'll start doing a little more of them. I think a lot of them have to do with drawer organizers, and I think drawer organizers are really expensive, and if all you need is like an open bin, you can definitely make that yourself, or you can make dividers yourself. I mostly like to reuse items. I think that's the thing, I guess, the more DIY thing I like to do. Do you have any simple vegetarian recipes or suggestions for myself, which is afraid how life will turn without meat? However, I'm assuming you're vegetarian because I've seen your freezer cabinets and out to eat vids. I live in a rural area, one very small expensive grocery store, horrible produce selection. One day I tried to select cucumbers and I thought I'd found a good one, picked it up and my thumb sunk into it. Ew. I went to a lot of farmers markets, but they're closed now. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I am not a vegetarian 7 days a week. How I am vegetarian about 5 or 6 days a week. I try to only eat meat just a little bit, mostly for health reasons and some environmental reasons. I think it's best to eat as little meat as possible, but I'm not vegetarian, but I do eat a lot of vegetarian meals. Oh, as far as selecting vegetables, Man, I don't know if there's like one super expensive grocery store with like horrible produce. I'm so sorry, that stinks. And yeah, a lot of farmers markets are like ending now. Our farmers market is ending in a couple of weeks, which I'm real bummed about. The thing that usually saves us is frozen veg, and veg that you can buy fresh and then freeze. They don't work with things that have like a lot of water content, such as like cucumbers and stuff, and things with like fat, a lot of fat. But they work for some stuff. So frozen veg is what I go to when I'm like really desperate or like need to have something around. But I do have a lot of vegetarian recipes that I'm gonna share with you guys. I was gonna wait till December to have them as part of my Vlogmas, but I will incorporate some before that if you'd like. But I do cook vegetarian 6 days a week, so there's that. V. Isaac asks, I have questions. I like that. When did you start singing professionally and organizing professionally? And 2, will we ever see the hubby? Okay, I started singing professionally, I guess, right out of graduate school, but not a lot. My first job out of graduate school was actually working as a music librarian at the local ballet company here in town, and I didn't do one audition. I didn't think that I was good enough to get paid, even though I had gotten a graduate degree in singing. So I didn't sing for a while. I didn't start singing again until 2008, and that's when I really started to get more work. So I guess since 2008, let's say 2007, let's say then. In organizing, I started my business in 2013 officially. That was the first year I made enough money to like declare it on taxes and stuff like that. So I guess I've been doing my business almost 5 years. Wow. And will we ever see the hubby? I'm not gonna count it out, but I'm not optimistic. Anyway, he and I were discussing that he doesn't want to be the James of my Tati. If you guys watch Tati, Clan Life Guru on YouTube. But maybe? And here's a random one that wasn't on the video, but I thought it was an interesting question. Cat's Heart 2002 asks, my nerdo, LOL. What kind of books do you like? Not self-help, folded this way, but real books. Thanks, hugs. I thought that was funny. What kind of books do I like? I actually, wow, I haven't read for pleasure in a long time. The last book I actually read for pleasure was Middlesex, by, I think his name is Jeffrey Eugenides, is that right? Let me get it. Yes, here it is. This, I could not put this down. I was obsessed with this. So I think I like books like this that are kind of gritty. And as you can see here, I don't have like a lot, well, I don't have a lot of fiction. I have a lot of, I guess, nonfiction and educational books, because I really like educational books. I actually do love this author, this Alain de Botton. I'm not really sure how you say his name. He's actually British, so I don't think he says it like that, but I've read a lot of his books and I really like him. I like books about cooking and I like books about food and Happy Horsemanship. That's a book I've had since I was 13. I love that book. I loved Push, which was really hard to read, but I really liked it. And I'm definitely a nerd because hello, I love me a good manga. These are the only ones I own. I own Fruits Basket, and I own 2 random books of Cardcaptor Sakura. I haven't read them yet. I've seen the whole series of the anime. I love it so much. And let's see here, we've got some Well, boring. We got some like my textbooks from college, some more like college textbooks. I got organic chemistry here. Nature's Building Blocks, more chemistry. This is actually a decorating book, which is awesome. Look, got the Zelda book. This is like, my husband got this for me when we were dating. I think it was for Christmas. I love this. It's so pretty. It has all of these Zelda pictures in it. And books about gardening, one organizing book. Someone actually gave me this book, and someone gave me this book as well. The Bountiful Container for like indoor gardening, or not indoor gardening, but container gardening. This is my cat. Oh. And the rest is really just sheet music. So that's it. Oh, one person also asked how I met my husband. This video is all over the place. Funny story I'll tell you real fast. We were matched on a dating website like in 2004, I think. And we dated for 3 months. Last touch, I got married to another person. I got divorced from that person. We're still friends, it's totally okay. And then we were matched on a different dating website in 2013. So that's how we met. The second time we stayed together, got married. There it is. And someone asked how long we've been married. We've been married since 2014. It's actually almost our anniversary. So yep, 3 years already. Oh my gosh. And last fun comment again from Cat's Heart 2002. She asks, glad you're feeling better. How cute are you with your Pokemon neediness? Yes, I do need my Pokemon Go Plus to work. They're still working on it, I think. And another video, you mentioned you've been watching a video on The Sims. Yes, I am addicted to The Sims. I'm addicted to Claire Siobhan's channel. She doesn't need any help from me. I have 3,000 subscribers. She's got like 700,000, but she's amazing YouTuber. She's so cute. She lives in Great Britain. I mean, she's popular. You don't need, but she is the one that made me buy The Sims. I now spent too much money on The Sims, spent too much time playing The Sims, but I love it so much. I play a lot of video games, a lot. I have, but I'm mostly a Nintendo fangirl. I have DS, I have a GameCube here set up here. I've got a Wii U still set up here because you gotta play Smash on something. And I have a Switch, and Zelda was the best, the best. I'm a huge Nintendo fangirl. And last, she also asked, have you been to Salem? Yes, I have. Salem is super fun during the month of October. It is like everybody is dressed up. It's kind of insane. But I guess that does it for this Q&A. I'm sorry if I missed any of your questions. I sort of was going through in my like creator app here. So if you guys have any more questions, just ask in a comment down below and we'll do it in the next Q&A. I think, do you want a Q&A every month or something? I don't know. This was very fun. I had a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing and for being friends and really supporting the channel. I really appreciate it a lot. Again, this is just something I do for fun. The educational videos and the cleaning videos and the organizing videos will be coming back to the channel. I'm sorry, they've been super vloggy lately. Those videos are a lot more work to produce, and with the opera opening, I have just been very busy and not at home. But there are scripts being written, there's research being done, so I am coming at you guys next with some sweet cleaning and organizing content. I hope you guys are having a great day or a great week or a great night wherever you are, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye! Stay neat!